Cringe of the Grown Age, okay, and Kumatora. What am I watching here? Bowser versus Ness? Is this ultimate? Like, this is absurd. What is there to say about the Bowser-Ness matchup? I mean, clearly, it's just so well established, you know. We see it at basically every single major, you know. I'm almost tired of seeing this matchup, you know. It's just so common. Goodness gracious, I don't even know what Ness does. Like, he's got that weird down air and the like funky back air. That's like a knee. He's got that. He's got a bat. He's got a yo-yo. But I'm kind of like unsure what sort of combo pipelines Ness is going to want here. I guess it's almost similar to DK, where you're going to want like a bunch of double jump cancel up airs to like kind of get a string going and juggle Bowser above you. But then when it... Is that going to kill? Okay, I was going to say, if you're looking to kill, I'm unsure, or I'd be curious to see what options Ness is going to default to, if it's just going to be fishing for, you know, a strong hit back air, or it does look like that down air up air is definitely a potent combo, though I think it was like at 150% at the last stock there, so it's... Ness is definitely going to have to, you know, really beat on Bowser, get Bowser to high percents before things start killing. Whereas Bowser, between smash attacks, up air, even up tilt. I was watching Danny play in teams earlier today. Bowser's up tilt has a suspicious amount of knockback. Okay, there you go. Down air into the back air. So that's actually a pretty good option select and a bit of a DI mix-up, because you're obviously going to want to DI the back air straight up or like up and in, where you're definitely going to want to DI the up air out. Though, I think it might not necessarily be as potent of a mix-up compared to like Fox or Falco up air versus back air as a mix-up, because it seems like there's a decent amount of startup frames to both of those moves. So you can potentially see between where Ness is setting up the double jump for the punish right there. Like, Ness was kind of at Bowser's side during that interaction, so you could kind of intuit that you're going to go for back air or something along those lines. Probably just back air there. Forward air seems like it's more of a, like a poke, and yeah, right there, just quickly poke throw a hitbox out to pressure, and potentially like a low percent string move. Decent showing from Ness here, though. One stock to 3. Ness is at pretty high percent. It seems like Bowser's going to need to get a pretty solid opening here. There we go. All right. We are well on our way to the path of success. Ladies, gentlemen, both and neither. We've got Twitch chat, and unfortunately it has come at the cost of one of the player cams. I just don't know what we're going to do. Oh, man. Yeah, I guess if you really get Bowser off stage here, PK Thunder just continues to cycle over and over and over again. Wow. That's real interesting. Yeah, and I'll give it to that Not that Kumatora is particularly experienced at dealing with Bowser, but I'd be willing to bet that one of the things that Danny is able to do, one of the things that Bowser is able to do here is kind of rely on the fact that not a lot of people intrinsically and deeply understand the Bowser matchup. Like, pretty much everybody that goes to 1-up regularly has been subjected to his violence enough times that they've kind of had to start taking some notes. But I'd be curious to see what Danny's thinking right now, or to figure out what Danny's thinking right now. I wonder how comfortable he is here, because it definitely seems like Kumatora is potentially just treating this as a big body, you know. Don't get grabbed, or just kind of be wary about how you're engaging with their shield. Be wary on where you're leaving yourself vulnerable. Not necessarily the same as DK. I don't think Bowser really has a very complicated and high difficulty flow chart that's just gonna go from 20% to 80 or 90. It's really just like losing individual interactions over and over and over again until he gets like one really sneaky or powerful hitbox in underneath your armor, or finds a gap in your armor. But it seems so far like Kumatora is able to, somewhat manage that. But that was just game 1. We're on relatively even footing game 2. Yoshi's, both of them are going to die pretty quickly off of the top and sides, though I think Bowser's better equipped to kill off of the top than the side. He's got like forward air and back air as shark options, but I think it's just one of those things where I'm unsure how confident Bowser is going to be in going out to challenge Ness's recovery there. Ness's recovery definitely seems like a bit of a transcendent hitbox, where there's very few things out there that will trump and beat it out. Yeah, finds that up air. 35% is basically 0% on Bowser. He's still going nowhere. But it's just kind of, like I was saying before, more about winning individual interactions than putting together like a very lengthy combo string. So it's potentially in Danny's favor. It's definitely in Danny's favor that this is a 3 out of 5 and not a 2 out of 3. That one of the things that's ultimately going to come from a good level of adaptation is, the overall number of interactions kind of skewing towards, the player with the better adaptations side. Oh, wow, we got Randall on that one. Made that recovery pretty tricky. And there's the sneaky side B. If there ever was something in the game, in Melee, that is a genuine jump scare, it is that Bowser side B. It is just frightening how quickly he will grab you and hurl you into the blast zone. Yeah, here we're starting to see Danny put himself in these positions to just block a hit, get that up B out of shield. We're now at pretty high percent, 90%. Certainly going to need to lose a few more interactions to Ness if this is going to go Kumatora's way. But we're seeing Kumatora starting to build up that percent. Like, Danny needs a strong hit. Danny needs to win a really good interaction. Like that. Yeah, Jesus. Hello, Breathless. Nice to see you. Hello, Sophia. We got some activity in chat. That's always great. we're going to game 3. Battlefield, relatively neutral. This would be Kumatora's pick here. Yeah, I don't know if Battlefield's ledges have any sort of interaction here. I don't really think Battlefield ledges matter to either of these two characters. If anything, it would just be Ness's recovery gets potentially missable, or you can potentially come to the pitfalls of Battlefield's weird, funky ledge. I think more than that, it's just Kumatora wanted sort of a more neutral stage with more balanced platform setups and hit or blast zones. Very even between these two right now. And that up air does kill. That's under 100% for that up air. And now, like, here is where Danny has the capacity to shine, which is just the capacity to continue to tank damage. Like, 130, that's nothing. Get me to 200 and then we'll talk. Or, like, you have to really just genuinely get a juicy opener, a juicy follow-up in order to get what you want. Right, I forgot about Ness back throw. Yeah, that is a thing that exists, doesn't it? Even way back in 2001, we've been trained to despise Ness back throw. Very nice edge cancel on that up air. Sneaking in the forward air there, and then another up air, and we're now at even more of a lead than we were managing or that we were doing before. Bowser at 0% with a stock lead, and I think this is exactly what I was talking about earlier, how Danny is adapting, and not necessarily to the point where it's overwhelming, but literally just that little bit of a deficit in winning interactions, just that little bit of a shift from, doesn't necessarily even mean that Danny is winning the majority of interactions, but it's the fact that Danny is avoiding, like, the juicy openers that Kumatora is looking for. Like, I think that was like a jab reset back air there. Like, that was, again, at 150. I don't know. At least this game, both of Danny's or both of Bowser's stocks were above 150%. And I think so far both of Ness's stocks were below 100%. So it's, if we're just playing purely on a numbers game and both characters are literally winning the same amount of interactions, I'm surprised that didn't kill. Then no matter what, Ness is ultimately going to lose here because Ness is dying 33%, 1/3 faster compared to Bowser. But that even said, with all of that, Kumatora did a decent job at evening up that gap. That was an entire stock lead, though it does seem like Danny is just kind of, or Bowser is just kind of maintaining a very slight lead here. You know, it's just, can you get 20%? Can you get 10%? Like, what value can you get out of this stock before you lose it? And with Bowser, oh, wow. I think that was already an instant adaptation where Kumatora got a kill off of jab reset back air. And then the next time that Kumatora tried setting up for it, I think Danny might have done an SDI up, grounded up B, to just instantly exit out of that situation. So it literally happened to him once, and he makes a change off of it. 186%. Again, like, every single stock that Bowser loses is 50% higher percent. I know that's a tough sentence. Think about it. You're going to be okay. Compared to Ness there. We're at the point where up air is going to kill. I think a strong up B at a shield on platform is going to kill here. And up tilt is going to kill. So Danny is taking a 2-1 lead here. We got 22K in the chat. Always good to see him. Going to FD now. So, yep, this is exactly what I was thinking. Probably going to FD so that you can just start an up air string and just go house with it. Whatever it is, either if it was just trying to go for something more neutral, something more balanced, or if Kumatora had something specific in mind when going to Battlefield, it may not necessarily have worked as well as she wanted. So possibly trying to go to FD to polarize or to, you know, make the situation a little bit better in her favor. Though I'm curious how Bowser benefits from this. I think because it's more of a grounded stage, there's less platform movement overall. Bowser's going to have the capacity to do grounded up B out of shield and certainly get a lot of overall movement out of it through that. But yeah, I think given the call, I would say that this stage is going to be a little bit more Ness favored, just because Ness is definitely going to be able to build a really strong foundation of percent, where, you know, with that comparison or that statement I said before, how they may both be winning the same amount of interactions, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's even. I think this may close that gap a little bit more, where they may be winning the same amount of interactions, but because this is FD, or at least at the lower percent, like Ness is going to have the capacity to go from 0 to 60% much more consistently here without having to navigate platforms and just getting a meaty up air string put together. And yeah, Khalib, I agree. Why are we playing PM? This is silly. This is not real melee. I'm kidding. It's all real melee. But this is silly melee. This is certified silly Billy melee. So we're in kind of the reverse position that we were last game. Kumatora is up 3 stocks to 2. It looks like Danny is certainly kind of taking a step back and like pacing things out a little bit more, but that maybe he's undoing, potentially spacing things out and managing how he's interacting is going to give Kumatora the space to do a whole bunch of stuff here, like setting up forward air pokes and generally just kind of throwing out safer hitboxes and more spaced hitboxes so that there's less punishment. Oh, we got the mash out at 130. But we've got the same stock counter. That might be over here. Yep. Yeah, that might be unavoidable. We got the side B. We got another side B. That very well may have killed if that connected. Bowser up air is just absurdly strong. I gotta give it to Bowser. Like, he's just got the shittiest tools to work with. The worst tools to work with. Ugh. Gets the up smash there. Or no, that was down smash. So 66%. Again, kind of mirroring the last game, where there still is a little bit of a deficit, but it has narrowed. Certainly the capacity for things to go either way here, but based off the last 10 seconds or so. Kumatora seems to be, managing things pretty well. We've started an edge guard sequence. Bowser's recovery on that, or the recovery frames on landed up B is kind of crazy. And that's it. We're going to game 5. So now it's going to be Danny's counter pick, going to Dreamland. Yeah, that makes sense. I could see either Dreamland or Yoshi's, but I think Danny won on Yoshi's. Where either you want the smaller hitbox so that when my big beefy hits actually do connect, they're going to kill super early, or Dreamland where, you've been killing me at 150, now you're killing me at 200%. So survivability is definitely going to be the name of the game here. How's it going, little man? What do you mean? All right. Okay, 80% to 160. Yeah, I think Bowser's still safe with this percent relatively. Where we're just kind of setting up the up B or the edge guard loops here. Ooh, just barely makes it back to ledge. I am kind of surprised that didn't kill, but I think that's very much the reason why he picked this stage. That one does kill, 190%. I don't think Ness can survive another strong hit here, but it's then just on Kumatora to... Oh, that was a really good sequence there. Sharks the forward air, catches the jump from ledge. 43%. That's basically nothing compared to when you consider their kill percentages. It does seem like Kumatora is kind of controlling the pace in this game here. Yeah, we're just kind of pacing things out, not necessarily forcing any interactions here, but so far in this set, that has been favoring Kumatora compared to Bowser here, compared to Danny. No, that's the game count. So it's a best of 5. Whoever gets to 3 wins first, and they both have 2 wins. So this is the last game in the set, and then whoever wins this wins the set. Danny's gonna need to take this stock here. We are back to pretty much even. We've got that invincible, like pretty much the best get-up attack in the game. It's just absurd. Oh, that's close. Oh, that's big. That's big. That could be a stock. Never mind, it's Bowser. You have to still get 80 more percent. But that was still quite a lot of percent when this is, you know, it's 2 stocks apiece and we're at 3 minutes 30. This is practically like timeout pace. Oh, almost getting that grab there. Yep, just sticking to top platform. But, oh wow, does not kill. Yep. So if the timer runs out and both players are still alive, we go by whichever player has the most stocks, which are the icons in the bottom of the screen there. But if they both have the same amount of stocks, then it's whoever has the higher percent is the loser. And in the extremely rare cases where it goes to time, both players have the same stocks and the same percent, they usually do a final sudden death game. Both players have 1 stock. Say that again? Yep, Bowser is on his last life. And, you know, honestly, if Kumatora could just live and survive for 2 more minutes without losing another stock, then Kumatora would win the set on a timeout. But that up B out of shield is going to do it. We've got 2 minutes left. 1 stock apiece. This is as tight of a game 5 as you could basically get here. Very strong start from Kumatora, 70-0. Danny's just playing the ledge here, but he honestly can't be too comfortable playing the ledge and playing space and stalling out here. Like, the onus is on him to kind of force interactions, because if he stays back, then he'll automatically lose. Danny is the Bowser. Oh, very sneaky jab there, but unable to convert into anything. Yeah, that is a good point, 22K, that rushing is just as dangerous. There's like a happy medium that you kind of have to do here. Yeah, no, absolutely. I don't think we're getting game audio. You would just be showing up on commentary. That might be it. We're starting the loop. And I think that's it. There it is. Wow. With less than 30 seconds to go in Game 5, Load Spiller takes it 3-2. That was a nail biter. That was actually a really good set.